This is the AEW Dynamite August 20th, 2025 full show results video, which takes place at Glasgow, Scotland's OVO Hydra. The show opens with American Dragon Bryan Danielson making his entrance to join the commentary team. Ospreay makes an emotional entrance, thanking the crowd for years of support and revealing that last week's injury scare nearly kept him from Forbidden Door. He admits he feels human for the first time, terrified of what comes next, but refuses to back down. Declaring a lights-out, unsanctioned steel cage match, Osprey vows to risk everything to protect AEW's legacy and exact revenge on Jon Moxley. He promises to leave it all in the ring with his allies by his side. Moxley enters with Claudio, Yuta, and Marina Shaffer, but Osprey mocks his reliance on backup until JetSpeed rushes in. Then we saw a match between Death Riders vs Hiroshi Tanahashi and JetSpeed. Hiroshi Tanahashi and JetSpeed battled the Death Riders in a chaotic clash. Hiroshi started hot, but Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta isolated him until Speedball Mike Bailey turned the tide with explosive offense. Claudio Castagnoli's power dominated, aided by a cheap shot from Marina Shaffer until she was ejected by the referee. After the break, the Death Riders kept Knight grounded, but Hiroshi rallied, hitting big strikes and a moonsault. Bullet Club War Dogs interfered, sparking a brawl. Ospreay is distracted by a bodybag, allowing JetSpeed to dive onto Moxley and Claudio, then Hiroshi sealed the win with high fly flow on Yuta. After the match, Death Riders and Bullet Club War Dogs ambush the babyfaces while Ospreay taunts Moxley with a bodybag. The Young Bucks strike Ospreay, but Paragon brawls them away. Death Riders open the bag to reveal Darby Allin, who attacks Moxley and hits a balcony coffin drop. Back from commercial, Tony Schiavone introduces Adam Copeland, but Christian Cage interrupts. Copeland reminds the crowd they're one of the greatest tag teams ever, calling Christian an asshole, but his asshole. Christian admits they're not on the same page, but at least in the same book, and out of necessity, they'll team up. He'll help Copeland with FTR if Adam helps him with Nick and Kip. Christian shakes Adam's hand, promising to be the best partner he's ever had. Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne interrupt, mocking them. Nick Wayne appears on the Tron, revealing he has a broken foot thanks to Christian, keeping him from Forbidden Door. He teases being one step ahead, and suddenly, a video shows Killswitch being resurrected. The monster storms out, Sabian distracts, and Killswitch chokeslams both Copeland and Christian, first faking a retreat, then laying them out to end the segment. Back from commercial, Ricochet and Gates of Agony cut a promo when Maxwell Jacob Friedman rolls up. He says bald people freak him out, but the enemy of his enemy is his friend, and with Mark Briscoe chasing after him, well, what if they worked together to take care of him? Ricochet says normally he'd love to see MJF taken care of, but Briscoe irks him, and he'll work together to take care of him. Then we saw an AEW World Tag Team Championship No. 1 Contenders Tournament Finals match between Bandido and Brody King vs FTR. Bandido and Harwood opened with crisp mat wrestling before chaos erupted, with Bandido dazzling FTR and Brody King dominating with brutal chops and power. Stokely Hathaway interfered, rocking King with a loaded sling and leaving him bloodied. FTR controlled stretches, but Bandido fought back with a double Frankensteiner and a spectacular Topkan gyro, while King unleashed cannonballs, chokeslams, and raw fury despite the Crimson Mask. Nearfalls piled up as both teams hit their signature moves, superplexes, Doomsday Device, and Shatter Machine attempts, but neither side could finish. In the final seconds, Wheeler crashed through a table after missing a dive, and time expired. The war ended in a time limit draw, leaving both teams standing tall but unresolved. Post-match, Bandido hits a 21 plex on Dax and gets about a 20 count, but referee Paul Turner informs him the time is up. The ring announcer informs us that, instead of a No. 1 contender decided by the tournament, both finalist teams will go on to fight the Hurt Syndicate for the titles at Forbidden Door. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin come to the stage to survey their challengers. Hangman Adam Page cut a fiery promo on MJF, calling him a gutless coward who hides behind cheap shots. He vowed that at Forbidden Door, he'd face him head-on and kick his ass. MJF interrupted via video, revealing Mark Briscoe tied up alongside Ricochet and GOA. Pouring gasoline over Briscoe, Max issued 3 demands: the title changes hands on DQ, on countout, and he gets his shot without cashing in his contract. Threatening to set Briscoe ablaze, MJF counted to 5 until a desperate Page relented, agreeing to the terms before racing backstage, chair in hand, as the show cut to break. Back from commercial, Hangman Page storms in and shoves Ricochet against the wall and demands to know where MJF went. A poor security guard tells him he's already gone, and Page decks the guy before leaving. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Alex Windsor and Toni Storm vs Athena and Mercedes. Mercedes and Alex Windsor opened with slick mat grappling until Windsor's power swung momentum. Toni Storm tagged in, flustering Mercedes before Athena entered and lit up the ring with speed and fire. Chaos followed with dives, powerbombs, and a senton atomico as action spilled outside. Returning from break, Storm dominated Athena, but quick tags saw both sides trade momentum with brutal strikes, double teams, and near falls. Athena drilled Storm with a piledriver on the steps, leaving Windsor alone. Mercedes nearly sealed it with a crossface, but Windsor fought back until Athena nailed the O-face out of nowhere for the victory. Post-match, Mercedes gets in Persephone's face and gets shoved on her ass, and the show goes off the air. How would you rate this week's AEW Dynamite show? Tell me in the comments, please like the video, and thanks for watching the video.